सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः जामूलं गुरोः पदम्। मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। So, Atma Bodha we have seen up to the 20th verse. Let us read 19 and 20 once again, and then we will go to 21 and 22 today. It is there in your mobile also. I have already posted it. व्यावृत्ते व्यापृत्तेषु इन्द्रियेष्वा आत्मा व्यापारी इव अविवेकिनाम् दृश्यते प्रेषु धावत्सु धावन्निव यथा शशि. Avivekinam, for the unlearned, for the ajnanis, it appears all these vritti vyaparas of the indriya are atma vyaparas. Like, the moon is stationary and the clouds are moving. You feel as though the moon is moving. आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य देहेन्द्रियमनोधियः स्वक्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्ते सूर्यालोकं यथा जनाः. Atma, taking the support of the Atma Chaitanya, Dehendriya Manobuddhi, all these three are functioning. Where Sakriyartheshu Vartante, in their respective activities, they are engaged. But Atma is not doing anything. Like Surya, who is there shining, people are doing their work. Surya is not connected to their work. That's why it is like that. Now today he is extending that concept only in 21 and 22. Okay. 21 we will read. Let us read 20. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान् कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यञ्च विवेकेन गगने नीलादिवत्. Now I will split and read. You can also read. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान् कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यन्ति अविवेकेन गगने नीलादिवत्. Let us see what this particular verse says. Okay. Read once again. One of you can read it. Can you read that? Yes, sir. Can you read that verse once again? अच्छिष्यन्त विवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत्. Like that. So let us see that. I am splitting again and reading for your convenience. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि. Satchit Ananda Atma is there. The Satchidatma. Satchidatmani in the Satchidatma. Which is the what type of Satchidatma? Amale Satchidatma. Amale, no malina, no mala, no taint, very pure, purest of the pure Atmani. Deha Indriya Gunan Karmani. We have already identified the koshas, the five koshas, Annamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha. Like that, Deha, Indriya, Gunan, the attributes of those things, and Karmani, the actions of that, Satchidatmani, Satchidatma, in the Satchidatma, upon the Satchidatma, which is that Amale Satchidatmani, Adhyasyanti, they superimpose. Adhyasyancha vivekina, adhyasyanti, they superimpose. Who? Avivekena, those who are not able to understand the concept of Atma and Deha, they by their foolishness, they will superimpose. Like what? Gagane nilatadivat. Gagana is Gagan. Gagan is Akasha. There is blue color in the Akasha. Go and see. Beautiful blue color. Is there blue color there? There is no blue color. We are only attributing it is blue. It's an optical illusion. An optical illusion is producing a sensory perceptual problem, is making us look at the sky as though it is blue. It is neither blue nor black nor dark nor white nor anything. It is total space only. Space will not have any color. So, just like the Atma does not have any of these Deha, Indriya, Guna and Karma. Unfortunately, by improper understanding, Avivekena, we are superimposing these attributes on the Satchidatmani. Just like you say, the sky is blue. Okay. Dehendriya Gunan Karmani, qualities and functions of the body and senses. He says Gunan Karmani. Gunan are the attributes or qualities, and Karmani are the functions of what? Deha, Indriya, Gunani Karmani. Gunan Karmani. Gunani Karmani. Gunas and karmas, amale, in the pure, Satchit Atmani, on the self of the nature of absolute existence, Archasyanti, they superimpose. Why? Avivekena, by lack of proper understanding. Like what? Gagane, in the sky, Nelatadivat, blue color, etc. So the Deha, Indriya, these two stand for the Annamaya and the Pranamaya kosha. Deha is the Annamaya kosha, food body. The Indriyas are connected to the Pranas, Pranamaya kosha. Gunan, their attributes are, means what are their attributes? What are the attributes of Deha? It is fat, it is lean, it is short, it is not tall, it is bright, it is fair, it is dark. All these are Dehas, gunas. Likewise, the Indriyas also have gunas, several gunas, and the pranas have gunas. Due to the prana, I say, I am hungry, I am thirsty. These are the gunas of the prana. So, the gunas are the attributes of the body and the mind, are improperly superimposed on Amale Satchidatma. Very pure Satchidatma, you are superimposed. What is Guna and Karma? Why did he say two? What is Guna and Karma? What is Guna? What is Guna, Chaitanya? Attribute. Gunas. Which Gunas are generally long standing. You are a male, it is a Guna. It will not disappear. You are tall, this much tall. So they are generally for a longer time. Whereas karma changes. Now you are walking. Next time you are sitting. Next time you are talking. Karmas fleet from moment to moment. Gunas are generally there, they are constant. That's why he has said gunan karmani. Gunas are the attributes and karmas are the actions. Done by what? Deha and Indriya. Dehendriya gunan karmani, people superimpose upon the Atma, the Chaitanyam, the Dehendriya gunas of I am fat, I am tall, I am short, I am fair, I am dark. These are all not the gunas of the Sachidatma. Sachidatma doesn't have any gunas. It is nirguna. But unfortunately, we are transmitting this to the I, which is the Sachidatma. Likewise, the prana dharmas, prana gunas are there. I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am breathless, I am very quiet. And breath, I stopped my breath, I continued my breath. All the you are saying, these are karma and gunas. Again, you are superimposing all these things on what? On the underlying Satchidatmani. So, देहेन्द्रिय गुणान कर्माणि विमल अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यन्ति. నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ అధ్యస్యంతి, అధ్యాస చేస్తున్నారు. దేర్ అధ్యాస ఇస్ సూపర్ ఇంపోజ్. అధ్యస్యంతి వేర్ అమలే సచ్చిదాత్మని అధ్యస్యంతి. దిస్ అధ్యస్యంతి ఈజ్ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ది గగనే ఆల్సో. గగనే నీలతాదివత్ అధ్యస్యంతి. దేర్ ఆల్సో యు ఆర్ సూపర్ ఇంపోజింగ్. The superimposition function is there in the drishtanta, in the example, as well as in the primary teaching also. The second line, adhyasyanti. Adhyasyanti is plural. People are superimposing. They are superimposed, are superimposing. Who are superimposing? Avivekina. Those who are not knowledgeable about this discrimination. Okay. Let's say I go and sit on a carpet. The carpet is unclean, and my white shirt and white pant also became unclean. Do you think the white pant and the dirt is related to the white pant? It is not. It is simply transmitted to it for a time being because I sat there. The moment I wash it off, it goes away, and then it becomes. So because of the close proximity of the indriyas and the body mind, to the Atma, they are very nearer. This is called the samsarga adhyasa. We have seen the proximity, like a red flower next to a prism. The prism appears very white. Crystal clear prism is white, but with the flower it is appearing crimson red. But once I remove the flower, then there is no more redness there. Okay. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अच्छस्त्यन्ति अविवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत्. Gagane, we talk about the blue sky. What a blue sky. The poet also describes very blue sky. And factually, there is no blue sky. Sky is Nitya Sutha Swarupa. It is not at all having any color. Avivekena, because of the Aviveka, Neelam Gagane, the Neela Akasham, we say Akasha is not Neela. We have superimposed Achyasyanti. So let us see some more deeper insight into that. So in the rigorous study of Advaita Vedanta, the resolution of human predicament lays in the rectification of this epistemic error. So you have to rectify this epistemic. Epistemic means the understanding error. Epistemic means the understanding about the real nature of the body and the Atma is epistemic relationship. That error is committed. By that error, Atma Bodha serves as a definite exposition of the mechanism of the adhyasa, the mutual superimposition of the self and the non-self. Okay. Fools here means those who do not have discrimination. They may be very great doctors or engineers or lawyers or very learned people. But as far as the Atma Jnana is concerned, they don't have the discrimination. That is why he said avivekena. People without discrimination, they superimpose on the Atma, the absolute existence knowledge, Satchidatma, which is pure by itself, amale. All the varied functions of the body and the senses are attributed like the blue color we attribute to the sky. This treatise seeks to expose the epistemic failure of the aviveka. Indiscrimination causes a failure in the cognition. We are unable to cognize the true nature, and in its place, we are committing an error of transmitting these properties onto the Atma. Wherein the aviveki means the lack of discernment, not the person without a knowledge about any other subject. They have all the knowledge, but that knowledge will not discriminate Atma from Anatma. That's why you require, this is not medicine Bodha or engineering Bodha, this is Atma Bodha. Projects the attributes to the material and vital sheaths upon the Satchidana. What is the material sheath? Annamaya Kosha. Here Annamaya Kosha is exampled by Deha. Deha Gunas, Stula, Hasva, and then you tall, Dirgha, and then Pila, so very thin and all that. So we reveal how the pure subject is mistakenly conflated with the objects or confounded with the physical objects and physical phenomena with the eternal Atma. That is step one. Then, what is the ontological status of pure self? What is the understanding of pure self? It is Satchidatma, existence absolute, consciousness absolute, non-dual reality, and serves as a substratum for all experiences. If I am experiencing and talking to you, it is only the Chaitanya which is making me talk. You are listening and understanding. It is only because of the Chaitanya you are understanding. Chaitanya is the substratum. Central to this nature is the term Amala. Amale Satchidat. Amale. Mala is impurity. Mala is Malina. Malina is impurity, taint. Some attribute, some guna, some function, something, any of these things are attributes. These are, they taint the Atma. Whereas Nijam Atma, Satchidananda Atma is Amala, signifying the ontological purity of the Absolute. This purity is further defined by two external characters. How do you define Atma as pure? Nitya, Suddha, Buddha, Swarupa. Nitya means no, whereas karmas change, Atma does not change. Suddha, Atmas have, bodies have gunas. These gunas are missing there. Buddha, it is only the Jnana Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa. Nitya, Suddha, Buddha Swarupam, Atma. Asanga Swarupa. Asanga is untouched, no relationship, not attached. There is no father, mother, or anything. Somebody jocularly said, so everyone has got father, even Parvati also has got father, but Shiva does not have father. Means what? Shiva is the Paratattva. Where is the father or mother or brother? There is no relationship there. Not the Kailasa Shiva. Even in the absolute sense, it is the Paramashiva. Does not enter into the actual contact with any objects it illumines. Last time we have seen the sun illumines all the objects, but it has got no intention of illumining only Pratyusha or Chaitanya or you or anyone else like that. Asanga Swarupa. So how do I describe the Atma? Satchit Ananda is the primary attribute. The secondary attribute is Nitya Suddha Buddha Swarupa, and the next attribute is Asanga Swarupa, relationless, unattached. Nothing actually could contact and touch the Atma. To grasp the nature of the Chaitanya or the pure consciousness, one must understand what it is not. Pure consciousness is not an object like this for you to show. So if you ask me, please show me Atma, I can't show you. This is like the bottle. I can't show you. This is not object. You have to cognize it. So for that, some attributes we have to say, what are they? It is not attributely, it is attributeless. But then I have to describe. How do I describe? Nitya, Suddha, Buddha, Swarupa, Asanga, Atma. And also I also say it is Satyam, that is Sat, Chit, Ananda, Satchidananda. So what are the attributes of the Stula Sarira? Stulam, gross, fat, and then not fat, thin, Hrasvam, short, Dirgham, long, Krishnam, dark, Anu, very microscopic. All these are the Padarthas. When it is an object, it will have all the attributes. It will have dimension, it will have color, it will have physical property, it will have chemical property, it will have appearances, which will change also. So, Sachidananda Atma does not have any of the attributes. Atman remains attributeless substratum, like that, entirely distinct from all the dimensions of a physical body. That is the Deha. Deha Guna Karma adhyastam. Dehas guna and karmas are superimposed. Indriya guna karmas, here Indriya stand for the pranamaya kosha. Pranamaya kosha, the classical guna of prana is I feel thirsty. That's why I asked you to get a bottle of water. Particularly in this weather, we may feel thirsty, and at 4 o'clock we may not feel hungry, but maybe at 8:30 we feel hungry. Hunger and thirst are the gunas of prana. So when he has put the indriyas are connected to the prana. Indriya gunas are there. Like that, indriya is eye is there. Eye guna, what is the guna of the eye? Eye may be red, it may be bright, it may have cataract, it may have clear vision, it may have 6 by 6 vision, it may be having color blindness. So many gunas are there in the eye. So one can see very clearly, another person cannot see very clearly. The person to person, and within the same person, at 20 years his vision is very good, at 65 years already vision dropped. These are the Indriya gunas. Likewise, hearing also. The hearing in childhood will not be the hearing at old age. So these are changing. Indriya gunas change. Indriya's functions also change. For example, I see a rose, that is one function. Next time I see a book, it is reading something. Next time I see a movie, it's seeing something. So the functions also change. I hear your voice now. Next time I hear the birds chirping. Next time I hear the Bhagavad Gita chanting by someone. So the ear also, the functions of that are different. Guna and karma of the indriyas and prana and the body do necessarily vary. They are multiple. They are not constant. They are related to within you, they vary, and between you also they will vary. But in the Satchidananda Atma, there are no gunas like this. The evidence of empirical transactions are happening because of the gunas, because of the attributes. Okay. So the presence of adhyasa is not a theoretical proposition. It is revealed in the very structure of the human language. How do you say, I am thirsty, I am hungry, I am blind, I am deaf. Who is deaf? You. Here is deaf. You are not deaf. You are not blind. Eyes may be blind. You are not thirsty. Your prana is thirsty. I am happy. Again, mind conditions. So these attributes of the body, mind, and indriyas, we are transmitting on to the I, which is the real self. So I does not have these things. Okay. Now, the root of this error, what is the cause of the error? Why this error is occurring? Aviveka. You are superimposing because aviveka. A child, you ask, what is the color of the sky? Blue. A person who studied physics, no, it is not blue. It appears blue. Because you have viveka of that. Whereas here there is no viveka. Viveka of knowledge of the Atma and Atma is not there. What is this viveka we require? Drik drishya viveka. Drik is the Chaitanya. Everything else is drishya. Drishya is object. The subject perceiver is the Chaitanya. Because of Chaitanya only we are perceiving. That is the Drik, and the Drishya is whatever, all the plural word which we are seeing is the Drishya. Is this Drik Drishya Viveka is missing, that because of that Viveka, I am transmitting the properties of the Drishya onto the Drik. I am transmitting and superimposing the properties of the Drishya, like the Deha, Indriya, and the mind, onto the Satchidananda Atma, which is the Drik. This sort of transmitting or transposing is called adhyasa or superimposition. What is the color of the table? This table? Brown. No, it is blue. Why? What happened? I have put some adhyasa on that. On a dirty brown color table, in order to see that the dirt doesn't touch or spread, we are putting a colored cloth. Immediately there is a blue table is there. It's not blue table. If you remove this, the table is having a different. So we are superimposing. Every time we do, we superimpose like that. What are the two things we are superimposing? He says guna and karma. Guna is the attribute, karma is the function. Okay. Guna, you have understood what is guna and what is karma. So, fat, lean, tall, short, white. These are all the gunas. Karma are walking, eating, thinking, sitting, listening. These are the karmas. That's why he said, Chaturvarnyam maya sristam guna karma vibhagashah. Keeping the guna and the karma in mind, I divided the society into fourfold order, not different castes. Chaturvarnyam maya sristam. This division of fourfold division is based on their gunas, based on their activity. If somebody is doing an intellectual activity, he is called Brahmin. Somebody is doing valor and all, power and all, he is called Kshatriya. Somebody is doing trade and commerce activity, he is called Vaishya. Like that, these are classifications are based on guna and karma. But unfortunately, what happens? You are Brahmin, she is Kshatriya, she is Vaishya, we say. But we are transmitting the guna to the Atma. Guna is not Atma's gunas. A person's gunas, we are putting on the Atma. He is not Brahman. His guna is Brahman. His karma is Brahman. He is not Brahman. He is Sachidananda Swarupa. So the body is, in common language also, they are Brahmins. He is Brahmin. She is a woman. She is a woman. Atma is not a woman or a man, isn't it? This womanhood is related to the body. The moment I strip off the body, then the organs are one and the same, the Atma also is one and the same. Okay? Refutation of Sangha dosha, impurity of association. Sangha dosha. Nirmana moha jita sangha dosha. One sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Sangha dosha. The sangha is association, dosha is impurity by association. Why? What we are doing? We are keeping the Atma, Sachidananda Atma with us every time. Wherever we go, whenever we go, whatever we do, it is going. It is Amala, and I am putting my gunas on that, and then Sangha dosha I am creating. To whom? To the Sachidananda. Why? Because of Adhyasa. Why Adhyasa? Because of Aviveka. So, aviveka, adhyasyanti, aviveka, amale, sachidatmane, guna, karma, and then the deha, indriya. And example, gagane, nilata, So the Vedantic refutation of this, Atman is Asanga Swarupa, it is relationless, it cannot be touched by anything. So, Akashavat, in the pure Akasha, in the Akasha space, there is nothing, all the dirty air and all are only impurities which are there in the Akasha. Pure space does not have these things. So the blue sky analogy here, Gagane Nelatadivat, provides a definitive metaphor of the sky, the Gagane, to illustrate the superimposition. So ask anyone what is the color of the sky? It is dark. Why? Because of clouds. And next day it is very bright blue. Why? That's also not real. When the cloud is there, you said dark. After the cloud has gone, you say blue. That blue also is again a superimposition by your sensory mistake. Objective purity, swache. Subjective error, nilata. Objective purity of the Akasha is swacham. Swacham means it is very pure. But what did I say? Nilata, adi, etc. Nila, dirt, this cloud, all that is, etc. Parallel to the adhyasa. The blueness is a sensory error projected upon a clear swacha akasha. The qualities of body, hunger, age, activity are cognitive errors projected on the pure Atma. The sky does not become blue at any point. It only appears as blue to that, within quotations, fool. The person who does not understand. Fool here is aviveki, not knowledgeable about the reality there. Similarly, the self never becomes hungry, never becomes woman, never becomes fatty, never becomes a target for kopa, never has dvesha, never has raga, never has hunger, never any of the attributes that we have. Never is a Brahmin, never is a Kshatriya, never is any caste or any kind or anything. Unfortunately, whatever are of the body, mind and the indriyas, we are grafting and putting on the Satchidananda Atma and dumping it on that and saying, I am Brahmin. Who is Brahmin? I am not Brahmin. I am Satchidananda. My body, because it is born into a particular womb, that woman happens to be a Brahmin, I am called Brahmin. Suppose I am born in a Muslim womb, what will become my fate? I will be called Muslim. These are such a variable thing. Why do I focus on that and then fight? The entire world war is being fought on what? Only because of the positions, petrol, and the religion. If you remove the position and the religion, there is no fight at all in the human. People don't understand. That's why he says aviveki. What aviveka? More aviveka is required than this. This is the highest level of sort of foolishness, isn't it? The relationship between Satchidatma and the attributes of the Dehendriyas is one of a perceived identity and not the factual identity. The Atman is neither the performer or neither the experiencer or anything. So the path of liberation is understanding or with discrimination that Atma is pure, Nitya, Suddha, Buddha, Swarupa, Asanga, Atma, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Let's read the verse once again. Ajnanan. What is this one? Dehendriya gunan karmani amale satchidatmani achyasyanti avivekena gagane nilatadivat. Let us go to the next. He is continuing the same thing. Again, let us see the 22nd verse. Ajnanan manasopadhehi kartritvadini chatmani kalpyante ambugate chandre chalanadiyatham bhasaha. Now, he has given Deha, Indriya, Guna, Karmas there. Now he is talking about the Manomaya Kosa, mind. So each one he is going to say, each is a superimposition on the Atma. He talked about Deha, Guna and Karma, and Indriya, Guna and Karmas there. Now he is bringing the Manas part. Ajnanan means Ajnanat, because of Aviveka. Manasopadhe. Manas is upadhi. Manasu is the medium. The mind is the medium. Manas, the medium of mind, has got some attributes. What are the attributes? I am the doer, I am the undoer. Kartrutva adini. Kartrutva is doership and doership. I am happy, I am sorry. I liked it, I did not like it. I am feeling sleepy, I am not feeling sleepy. Whatever you say, the mind functions are there. And also, I am the doer. I only did it. Who has performed Sri Ramana? We performed. Particularly, I only decorated. How much amount of emphasis we put on that I? That I should be sounding the whole hall. Like that we will say. I only sang so well. I only told Bhagavad Gita that day so well in that meeting. Do you know who told? I only told. People have appreciated me like anything. How can you appreciate Atma? You cannot depreciate or appreciate Atma. Whatever they have said is only about your body and your mind or probably your speech. We don't understand that. Ajnanan manasopathe kartrutva adini chatmani kalpyante ambugate chandre chalanadi yadhambhasa. Beautiful example. Ambhasa, water. In the ambhas, there will be movement. Suppose the pool, people are swimming, a lot of movement, ripples and all that have come. Let's say there is a moon shining in the night in that pool. The ripples are there. Moon also will be shining. Is the moon shining? Moon is not shining. Water is shining. Moon appears shining. Moon is the Atma. It never has any of these mind moments are not there. The water is the mind. The water moves. The moments of the water you are transmitting onto the Atma, onto the moon there. Trembling waves or ripples of the water, they belong to the water. They are attributes to the water. By ignorance, I'm transmitting onto the reflected moon. I say moon is dancing. You see how nicely moon is dancing. Moon is not dancing. Moon is stationary, nicely shining. What you are doing, seeing the water's movement, you are attributing that to the moon. Likewise, agency of action, kartritva adi. Adi means etc. Etc. is sukha, dukkha, raga, dvesha, kopa, tapa, like, dislike. All these are others. Along with the enjoyment. I am enjoying, I liked it, I have all these things, I know these things. These are the enjoyment. And of other limitations. Other means all these belong to the mind. And delusively, ajnanat delusively misunderstood as the nature of the self or the Atman. Ajnanat, due to ignorance, due to delusion. Manaso upadhi, the mind which is an upadhi. Kartrutvadin, the agency of actions, etc. Cha, and Atmani, on the self. Kalpyante, attributed. Earlier he said adhyasyante. Here kalpyante, both mean the same. Ambugate, which is reflected in the water. Chandre, the moon. Chalana adi, movements of water. Yatha, just as. Ambhasa, of the water. The water's movement are transmitted and then said they are the moon's movement. Water is moving, moon is stationary. Atma is not moving, not doing, not enjoying, not having kopam, not having tapam, not having like, not having dislike. I only have as the mind all these things. So the adhyasa of the guna and karma there. These are the guna and karma of the mind he is bringing here. So first he has cleared Annamaya and Pranamaya. Now he is clearing the Manomaya Kosha, Adhyasa also. Mana Upadhi. Mana Upadhi is the Manomaya Kosha. There is Kartrutvam, that is doership. There is Bhoktrutvam, enjoyership. Kartrutva Adi means doership and enjoyership and other mind attributes. All these gunas are attributes. Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, like, dislike, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, all these are mind functions. However, how Shankaracharya, Ragadvesha also, he has put them, the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva also, onto the mind here. So we have to understand. At a later stage, we know, we'll tell you Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva are related to some inner layers. For the moment, let us understand them as the mind, this ones. Now, Chalana Adi. Chalana is karma. Chalana Adi. Movement, etc. Chalana Adi also attributes to the moon. Moon is not moving. Here mind moments are attributed to the Atma movement. The water moments are attributed to the moon. But moon is not moving. Chalana Adi means the karma superimposed on the Chandra as a moon. As the moon is walking or moon is running. Okay. So the ontological framework here is Advaita metaphysics and mechanisms of adhyasa superimposition serves as the primary epistemological bridge between the absolute and the empirical. Empirical means what can be seen with the eyes and indriyas, and what you can get, it is empirical. Okay, rational means what you can think in the mind. Okay, absolute means which is beyond mind and empiricism, rationalism, and then absoluteness. Absoluteness is there is an epistemological bridge. What is empirical, what is rational, and what is absolute. The absolute is Satchidatma, Rationalism belongs to the mind, empiricism to the body and indriyas. Okay, now this confusion between the Atma and the Anatma is because of what? Avivekena. In the previous verse, he said aviveka. Here he said ajnanat, because of the ajnana. Viveka and ajnana are one and the same. Ignorance. Misattribution because of the ignorance. What is the word he used here? Was misattribution. Kalpyante. There what did he use? Adhyasyante. Adhyasyante, kalpyante. Ajnana, aviveka are identical words. There he used viveka, here he used ajnana. There he used achyasyante, kalpyante. The error of misidentification or superimposition, relationship between the Atman and the Manas. What is Manas? Manasopadhe. Manas is only a medium. This medium problem, water is a medium. This problem of this medium you are transmitting to the moon. These properties are not the moon's properties. No properties are actually transmitted to self. Self cannot have any properties. Even if you want to give good Atma, you can't say he is a very good Atma. He is Mahatma. There is nothing like Mahatma or mean Atma. All Atma is one and the same. Mahatma is his behavior of the mind is Mahatma. By his very conduct and behavior, some people you say Mahatma. Okay, fine. But this Mahatma attribute is not Atma's attribute. Atma is attributeless, like that. Nature of the Manasa is Upadhi. Upadhi means limiting adjunct. Upadhi means it limits. If I say Upadhi, I am limited to this. I cannot be here. This I am not Sarma. This part I am not Sarma. This I am not. Only up to this boundary. The moment you say Upadhi, limiting adjunct, it limits. Your mind means it has got one limitation. Your body has got one limitation. Your intellect has some limitation. Beyond that, it cannot. That is why the limitation is the upadhi, manasopadhe. It is not real. It has borrowed reality. Where from it borrowed the reality? From the Chaitanya. Manas is functioning. It cannot function on its own. It is jada. It is inert, and the inert mind is made Chaitanya by the focus of the Chaitanya. Okay. So here, Sankalpa and Vikalpa are the two important functions of the mind. Okay? Kartrutvadi is said. Adi means there, etc. Sankalpa is faculty of volition. I want to do. I want to go to Tirupati. Sankalpa. Then what the Sankalpa will lead to what? Karma. Usually you plan, you buy ticket, you go there with your wife and family, suffer in the queue. All that is the karma. And there will be a phala. First, because of avidya, Atma is not doing any sankalpa. Mind, which is a part of the avidya, did the sankalpa. The sankalpa went into action. Action resulted in a fruit. What could be the fruit? A very wonderful darshan. Very less crowd, peacefully you saw, and you were before Balaji almost for a minute, and you enjoyed it. That is one fruit. The other fruit, we were crushed, tarnished. I lost my mobile phone. My child has injured. My child got broken arm. The other aspect. Or medium. Okay. All these are part of it. You had darshan. Some confusion is there. Anishtam, ishtam, mishram. Very worst fruit will come. Best fruit will come. Medium fruit will come. All these fruits are again because of the karma. Suppose I have not gone to Tirupati, you have gone. I will not get either the darshan nor the crushing. No phalam for me. Avidya, kama, karma, phala. Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance, sankalpa is the kama, desire to go. Avidya, sankalpa and kama. And sankalpa is the initial thought that I may go. Then it becomes a kama. Yeah, I have to. That becomes a desire. Avidya, sankalpa, kama, karma, phala. The phala, what will happen? It will leave an imprint in you. Yeah, last time we went and it was horrible. So this time we should be very careful. Imprint. Now last time it was wonderful. That particular engineer in highways, he helped us. So he took us through the back door. We had wonderful this. That's again an imprint. So the imprints are also carried. They are called the vas. Avidya, sankalpa, kama, karma, phala, bija. Bija is the vasana. These bijas are they propel the future karma. Malli avidya, kama, karma, phala, bija. Then endless cycle of avidya, sankalpa, kama, karma, phala, bija. Vasana, rupa cycle will go on and on and on and on. Where is the end? All these are who is doing? Is Atma going to America or the moon or to even Balaji? Atma is everywhere. So did the sky go to Tirupati? It does not have to. It is here as well as there. Likewise, Satchidananda Atma need not go there. The very Venkateswara Swami we are viewing there, he is also in the Satchidananda Atma only. Satchidananda Atma is everywhere. So like that, so Atma is not doing anything. I am putting all these things. Adi, he said, Kartrutvadi means all these things. What are they? Avidya, Ajnana, Aviveka, all same. Avidyat, Sankalpa, Vikalpa. No. She said he will go. We will go. No, not Tirupati. We will go to Munnar because it's very hot in Tirupati. Let's go to Munnar. Vikalpa, Sankalpa, Vikalpa. To do, not do. To do this or do something else. To come to Acharya Bharathi class, Chaitanya Bharathi class, or to sit somewhere at home comfortably. That's a vikalpa. One sankalpa, one vikalpa. Okay. Sankalpa, vikalpa. With that desire, kama. Kama produces action. Karma. Karma produces fruit. Three types. Good, bad, and mixed. These fruits will leave imprints, bija. Bijas will become finally vasanas, permanent imprints, vasanas. That is called karmic residue. Vasana is karmic residue. You have a pan at home, no, where you prepare chapatis and doshas. Supposing you prepare doshas and then you don't clean it properly, leave it like that. Next day you prepare chapati. Third day you prepare something else on that, in the same pan. After one or 2 months, a new shining pan which you bought in online, for 550 rupees, by ordering is now very dirty black. The lot of residue is there. Even if you brush it, it will not go. That is called residue, karmic residue. All these karmas will produce residue. There is another pan in the shop, same one which I have bought. It is there, it is shining. Why? No karma is done on that. It is not, there is no chance for a residue to form. Here I do a karma, I have to clean it. The moment I do the dosha, if I brush it on the very day, it will not form a residue. So, chitta suddhi, or cleaning the mind after every activity, we brush every day our teeth. Why? We have to clean. How are we brushing our mind? We are not brushing. So, all the residue is falling on that. How do you brush the mind? With soap and water or brush? How to brush with Atma Jnana? Viveka Chudamani, Atma Bodha, Bhagavad Gita, something you have to use to brush the Atma mind. And that becomes pure and clean. That is called Visuddhanta Karana. So, now, deconstruction of the agency and the enjoyment. There are two important things we all have the problem. One is the agent. I am the one who is doing agency. The second thing is enjoyment. I am the enjoyer. I draw the salary. This much is my salary. So I enjoy the salary. I have the right to enjoy this salary. Okay? These are my children. I right to enjoy the good and bad of those things. Doing and enjoyership. Doership and enjoyership are two strong attributes of the mind. Without you knowing, you fall a prey to this doership and enjoy. Each time you say any word, you use the I very much. What we have to do is replace the I with we. The first step. Second step is convert the sentence into a passive. I conducted the class. One level. We conducted the class. Better level. The class was conducted. Best level. There is no doer. There is no answer. Class was conducted. By whom? Not required. So that day we went and spoke about Bhagavad Gita. We spoke, okay, to some extent. Bhagavad Gita Karma Yoga was spoken, is the right way, attitude of. Okay, they praised me, worst. They praised us, better. The talk was prized. Finished. So, dissociating yourself from the I-ness, from the you write anything, below you put your signature, Aadhaar number, mobile number, PAN number, everything, as though you only have it. You have copied it from internet from somewhere, and that you are saying you have done it. Where is the question of you doing it? So, like that, the kartritva and agency of action and the bhoktritva enjoyment are two important things which are stuck to the mind. These functions are mind's functions. Atma never does, never enjoys. Okay? Atma is non-doer. The kama, krodha, all these things exclusively in the domain of the anatma, the mind. Where these mental ripples are superimposed on the Atma, they create a persistent illusion of transmigrating self. Now, the manas is upadhi, the limitations are of the mind, Atma is unlimited, it is Satchit Ananda Atma. The analogy of the reflected moon, Ambugate Chandre, Ambugate. So, the sun reflected in the water. And we are transmitting the movements of the water to the moon by seeing the movement of the Chandra in the water. The moon is skybound and he is quiet and motionless, self-luminous, unaffected. The water represents the mind or the manas. The reflection represents the Chidabhasa or the Pratibimba of the Chaitanya in the mind. The appearance of consciousness within the mental medium is called the Pratibimba or reflection or Chidabhasa. The trembling or the chalana of the mind is desires, movements, avidya, kama, karma, pala. These are transmitted unknowingly without our knowledge. We are saying that the moon is moving. So what? The analogy lies in the mechanics of perpetual error. What is that perpetual error? Chalanadiyadhambhasa. All the movements of the water I am transmitting to them to the moon. The ripples and reflections appear to dance and break. The undiscerning observer, the trembling of water appears to be a trembling of the moon. In reality, the stationary Atma Pratibimbam is ever constant, Satchit Ananda, Swarupa Avabodha, Suddha Nitya Suddha Buddha Swarupa, Asanga Swarupa Atma. All are the layers of the body, like the Deha, the Indriya, and the mind. These have some gunas and some functions. These gunas and kriya karmas are the functions of the upadhi. They are unnecessarily, by mistake, they are transmitted and thought as though they are the Sachidananda. There is a strategic necessity of discriminating between the upadhi and the Atma Chaitanya, which propels the upadhi like a catalyst. We have seen that. It's not the intellectual exercise, but it is an existential resolution. Okay, let me read how I can say that the Atma is not that. It is not by reading more, by reflecting, by understanding the analogy here, you will understand. You will realize that the Atma is untouched, not Karta, not Karta. In summary, self remains the unchanged and motionless witness, even as the mind undergoes turbulent oscillations or sankalpa and vikalpa. You will have lot of situations where your mind has ups and downs. These ups and downs, immediately you realize this is about the mind. Mind is complaining something. It is saying something. Let me listen to it. I'm not saying don't care about the mind's fluctuation, but realize that you are not the one who is moving. If you keep that distance between you and the mind, you enjoy peace of mind and avoid pieces of mind. Okay? And ultimately, the resolution of identity occurs when the light of consciousness is no longer confused with the medium. The light of consciousness is Chaitanya, and the medium is the body, mind, and indriyas. We are getting a confusion. This confusion is called superimposition, or adhyasa, or kalpyante. And once you understand, this confusion will not be there. Reality is distinguished from its reflections by utter immutability. The inner self is immutable, achyuta, immutable, cannot be mutated, cannot be changed, nirvikar. While the water moves and reflections dance, the moon remains still and silent. just as the self remains eternal, non-acting ground for all your activities. Om Tat Sat. Let us read this verse once again. Dehe, it is there in the Dehendriya Gunan Karmani Amale Satchidatmani Achyastyanti Avivekena Gagane Nilata Deha, Indriya, the Annamaya and Pranamaya koshas, so gunas, attribute, karmani, actions, functions, are achyasyante, superimposed on what? Satchidatmani achyasyante. On the Satchidatma, you are superimposing. What type of Satchidatma? Amale Satchidatma. Why I am superimposing? Avivekena. We are doing it. Example, Gagane Nela Tativat. Just like you superimpose the blueness, which is not an attribute of the sky, to the sky. You are giving outer superimpositions you are making on the pure Atma. Next one. अज्ञानान् मनसोपाधे कर्तृत्वादीनि चात्मनि कल्प्यन्तेऽम्बुगते चन्द्रे चलनादियथाम्भसा. You also read अज्ञानान् मनसोपाधे कर्तृत्वादीनि चात्मनि कल्प्यन्ते अम्बुगते चन्द्रे चलनादि यथाम्भसा. Ajnanan, because of ignorance, because of foolishness. Manasa upadhe. The manas is the upadhi, its functions, kartrutvadi, etc. functions. Cha atmani. They have been transferred onto the Atma. Kalpyante. They are misinterpreted, superimposed. Like Ambugate Chandre, there is a Chandra in the water, reflected sun, and he is moving Chalanadi. Ambha Chalana is the moon's Chalana, but we are attributing it to the real moon there, like that. So, this finishes two verses, 21 and 22. I'll give you the PDF as well as video also. All the videos for playlist also, I will give till now. So maybe we will do the Shanti Mantra. Okay. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति.